Welcome back to segment number 2 of Eagle Talk as we get you ready for the Lady Eagles of North Carolina Central taking on their first Division I top 10 foe inside the friendly confines of McDougal-McLennan Gym. That game broadcast tonight on NCCUEaglePride.com. We'll be on at 5:45 for a 6 p.m. tip-off. This is Paul Daugherty talking now with head coach Joli Robinson. And coach, before we talk about tonight's matchup against West Virginia, take us back to Saturday, a big win against Liberty, a defending Big South champion.
Yes, that was a big win for us. We talked about the things that we were trying to do and throughout the course of the season, and we started doing some things during the second half of a lot of games, and we're beginning to slowly put two halves together. I think the players did an excellent job in executing the offense for us, and they did a great job in defending Liberty the other night, and we were very pleased to see them do that for us.
Well, with West Virginia coming in as a top 10 team, currently ranked number 6, kind of the theme for this segment is talking a little bit about the matchups that you have, given your team opportunities to take on this season. And just looking back a little bit at the holiday tournament in Hawaii against a mid-major power in Gonzaga, obviously the Big South champs in Liberty, and tonight West Virginia. Just talk a little bit about the strength of schedule and what you're trying to do to put your team in a position to have some of those playoff type game opportunities.
I think what happens with us playing this type of competition, it helps us to prepare for anyone that we compete against. Everything that everybody's doing, we haven't seen before. So with West Virginia coming in tonight, the things that they're going to be doing, we have played against them. We haven't been successful a lot against teams that are doing a lot of similar things that they're doing, but at least we're familiar with what's going on and we've seen it before. So it's just a matter of us putting everything that we have together in order to be successful against them.
And Coach, obviously throughout a season you've got a lot of work to do, not only to prepare your team for an on-court matchup, but also recruiting is an ongoing activity. And I was just kind of curious if you could talk a little bit to our fans about the process of recruiting for next year and what you're looking at, what your assistant coaches are doing throughout the season to go out and look for that next crop of talent as well.
Well, one thing about recruiting, it never ends. We're looking for every position as always. The biggest areas that we try to fulfill are the center position. Of course, everyone is looking for the centers, but we continue to try to get quality players that can go up and down the floor and play that position, but also play outside as well. And we are looking at JUCO transfers, possibly bringing a couple of those students in that have some experience to go along with the experience that we do have. Unfortunately, we will be losing 3 players this season with Jori Robinson leaving us, Shanice Blanks, and along with Sharisa Mills. So we do have some shoes to fill, but I think we'll have a great opportunity to fill those shoes and continue to move forward. But again, recruiting is tough. Everyone's looking at the same players, and it's just being able to sell your university and your program to the players that you talk to.
And I know that the strength of schedule is one of those selling points, but also I would imagine moving into the MEAC and beginning to play games that have some impact in terms of a postseason opportunity for those new players coming in.
Most definitely. It has been a struggle on the beginning of this transition period because every student wants to be able to have an opportunity to play for championships, and not having that ability or the opportunity to play for championship, it did send some of our students away. But I think now that we are in the MEAC and next year we'll be able to play for championships, it's going to increase our recruiting a little bit more than what we've had in the past. And we're looking forward to getting those students in and be very competitive, but we're also trying to find students that can compete outside the MEAC. We don't want to just be satisfied with trying to do things inside the MEAC. We want to go beyond that. So we have to be very cautious of who we're recruiting and what we're looking for. And so far we've recruited 1 young lady already. Signed early with us, and now we're trying to sign some more in the late signing period.
And how about an opportunity to kind of sell the university at large and the program at large? So much building, so much new construction, so much going on academically across the board here for students beyond just their athletic endeavors, but a lot of energy and activity on campus right now.
Quite definitely. Just to see the growth that university is taking, and people are able to see the building, so a lot of students are seeing the growth and the parents are seeing that we are growing. We're looking to move even larger than what we were in the past, so that has a big impact on it. No one wants to go to a place where it's kind of stand still. They want to see action on your campus. And right now, there's a lot of action on our campus, and it has impressed a lot of our families that are coming.
One of the things we noticed as we call games is the work of your assistant coaches throughout a game and what they're doing to communicate with players, teach and train and coach players throughout a game. And I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about your associate head coach, Antonio Davis, and his impact over the last couple of seasons.
Oh, yes. He's been a godsend. He's very involved in everything we do in regards to basketball, as well as, you know, the individual players. But also, I guess I'm probably one of those different types of coaches that I allow my assistant coaches to be involved. They're involved not only during practice times, they're involved during game times, and they're just totally involved. I've always been like that, and they're good at what they do. And we're fortunate to have a couple of our coaches that have been head coaches before, so they understand the processes and all the things that take place in preparing our student athletes for game. Excuse me. But also, we have a young lady, Coach Dickens, that's with us as well, and she's doing an excellent job. She's going to eventually be a very, very great head coach when she decides and she's ready to take on that step. But as a whole, I think my coaches are doing an excruciating job with our student athletes in preparation, developing them as individual players as well as collectively as a team, and we're just putting the final pieces together. And you can begin to see, especially with the young players, we're beginning to see them grow a little bit in their skill work and their thought process. And again, coming in as a freshman, it is a lot for them, not only with the basketball, with the academics part of it, with the social part of it, with the hectic schedule that we have as a student athlete. It's a lot for them, and I think now that they've been able to go through that first semester, it has given them an opportunity to see what it's really like. And now that we're not in classes right now, they're able to take a deep breath and really relax and focus on basketball.
Well, we knew that Joli Robinson was an outstanding player. She had a resume coming in off that season of injury last year. Chassie Williams had a great year as a freshman, coming in as a redshirt sophomore. But talk a little bit about the impact of some of your true freshmen. Sierra Solomon, Alicia Jenkins, and others have had some significant playing time and are beginning to really create some impact for this young team.
Yes, we knew that they had the abilities just watching them in high school, but again, when you come to college, it's still a different level. So they had to get used to and accustomed to what we wanted out of them. They had to get used to our system and used to playing college ball. They're still not there yet because they're still doing some things that you would do in high school, but you can begin to see them mature, you can begin to see them grow. And for Alicia, the last game, to get that big rebound and get that big putback for us meant a lot for her as well as our program. So she is maturing a lot. Again, you know, the key with the younger players is how consistent they're going to be. They're doing well right now, but we know that there's going to come a time where they may not do so well. But giving them the experience of being out on the floor and playing against other college players is helping them. So I expect them to continue to grow, but I do still expect them to still make mistakes as well.
Never before in the history of NCCU athletics has a team as highly ranked as West Virginia, number 6 in the country, coming into Durham to take on the Lady Eagles tonight. Give us a preview, a very tough, tall order for this team, but a great opportunity for North Carolina Central.
Yes, it is a very top order for us. They're number 6. They're 11-0 right now, and but as I explained to my student athletes, it's a basketball game. And all we have to do is come out and compete. And what the outcome is, the outcome is going to be. We can't dictate what the outcome is going to be. But the only thing that we can do is come out and play our style of basketball and execute defensively and offensively. But to have the opportunity to have a team like that, to come on our campus and into our gymnasium is something special. It hasn't been done, and we're excited that they decided to do this because a lot of those schools that are big or are ranked do not come to the small schools, but it gives us an opportunity and gives our fans an opportunity to come and see what it's really like playing a team of this caliber.
Tickets tonight are $5 for adults, and 12 and under are free. Maybe a little sales pitch. Get some more bodies in the seats tonight.
Oh yes, most definitely. I mean, where can you get a good basketball game for $5? Why not come out and give us a support? Everybody's probably finished Christmas shopping anyway, and the children need something to do. Why not come out to a family event and come out and support NCCU women's basketball?
Hey, Coach Joli Robinson, thank you so much for joining us.